finally a cool down and some relief. Summer storm warning as the heat wave breaks, flash flooding and lightning causing chaos from Indianapolis to Florida. 8 injured in a lightning strike on the beach. And overnight, nearly 400,000 without power from Michigan to New York. Now 10 states on alert. Ginger is here with the latest.
Breaking news, Iran claims they've captured spies working for the CIA as dramatic new video shows masked Iranian commandos seizing a British oil tanker with 23 people on board.
Not backing down, the governor of Puerto Rico now refusing to resign as more than 1 million people get ready for a massive protest this morning.
This little boy fishing off the coast of Cape Cod when all of a sudden, a great white takes a bite.
Cliff jumping controversy. Super Bowl champ Tom Brady in hot water after posting this video. Leaping off a cliff with his 6-year-old daughter. Even Dwayne Johnson saying it gives him anxiety.
And Black Widow is back. Our Avengers exclusive. As Endgame becomes the biggest blockbuster to ever hit the box office, the huge Marvel reveal. What's next for your favorite superheroes? We're one-on-one with Scarlett Johansson only on GMA.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
And we do say good morning, America. Great to have you with us on this Monday morning, and it's quite a one for Marvel fans.
Sure is. Avengers Endgame now the top grossing movie of all time, edging ahead of Avatar, now closing in on $3 billion.
And there's this other movie you guys might have heard about. It's called The Lion King. It roared, you'll see what I did there, to a huge opening, the biggest ever for a movie in July. Huge.
We'll have more on all that ahead, but first, we're going to begin with those dangerous storms across the country as tens of millions get relief from that heat wave. Severe weather is moving in, bringing heavy winds and flooding. Ginger starts us off right here in Times Square with the latest. Good morning, Ginger.
Hey, Robin, this is the price we pay for breaking the heat. It's going to look like this, like it did in Green Bay, Wisconsin over the weekend. For so many folks today, there were more than 600 severe storm reports just since Friday. And now this morning, hundreds of thousands of folks are waking up without power. Nearly 400,000 customers without power this morning after severe storms and extreme heat took over this weekend. The deadly heat taking out power overnight in Brooklyn, New York. More than 50,000 people in the dark. Traffic lights out. Police using road flares to direct traffic. Governor Andrew Cuomo slamming the city's power company. And deploying 200 state police to assist. The heat, in part, fueling storms that produced a lightning strike in Clearwater Beach, Florida.
We're in a safe area. We're getting ready to transport the one cardiac arrest.
A terrifying blast clearing the beach, striking a 40-year-old man, injuring 8 others.
The most critical victim was in cardiac arrest, and our crews were able to revive him on the way to the hospital.
In Wisconsin, up to 86-mile-per-hour winds within those severe storms, including tornadoes.
Had that hit the house, it would have taken the bedroom off.
And from Wisconsin to Michigan, more than 430,000 customers without power. Heavy rain, winds, lightning, shredding trees and power lines. Flash flooding in Denver, and just west of them in Lakewood Gulch, at one point under 10 feet of water. First responders recovering a woman that was swept away in that rushing flood. So the dynamics of what's about to happen today is a little complex, but what you need to know is there's a lot of tropical moisture coming up against this front, and this is what we have to look for: flash flooding anywhere from Knoxville, Tennessee, up to New York, all of New Jersey, including Delaware. You could see 1 to 2 inch per hour rainfall rates, and that quickly can flood a road. If you come upon it, do not drive into it. I think you'll also have the potential to see damaging winds from Rhode Island back through Connecticut, down to Delaware, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. included today. George.
A lot to watch for. Okay, Ginger, thanks very much. We're going to get the latest now on rising tensions with Iran. This morning, Iran claims to have captured spies working for the CIA, and the British government has called an emergency meeting after newly released video shows Iranian commandos seizing a British oil tanker in a critical shipping lane. Our chief global affairs anchor, Martha Redd, is tracking all the new developments. Good morning, Martha.
Good morning, George. This morning, we know a British warship intervened with the Iranians in a dramatic encounter. And this morning, a mass roundup of those Iranians accused of spying. Iran accuses the 17 Iranian nationals of spying on its nuclear facilities and meeting with CIA officers. In a press conference this morning in Tehran, releasing documents and photos of men they say were recruited online, several already sentenced to death. This comes as new details from the seizure of that British tanker just days ago.
If you obey, you will be safe. Over.
A warning from Iran's Revolutionary Guard to the British oil tanker to turn around.
Change your course to 360 degrees immediately.
But it was not the tanker crew that responded to the warning. It was a British warship trying to stop the Iranian commandos from boarding the commercial tanker, the MV Stena.
Please confirm that you are not intending to violate international law by unlawfully attempting to board the MV Stena.
No challenge is intended.
But within moments, while Iranian fast boats swarmed the tanker, an Iranian helicopter swooped over the commercial ship, commandos rappelling onto the deck, capturing the vessel and 23 crew members. An Iranian flag now flying above the ship's bridge. Iran claiming the British vessel violated international maritime laws. But the British government says Iranians are retaliating for the UK's 4th of July seizure of an Iranian vessel they believe was heading to Syria. And this morning, there is still no word on the fate of the 23 British crew members, but British officials, George, are seeking to resolve the situation right now.
And Martha, on another front, a U.S. Navy plane had an incident with a Venezuelan fighter jet.
They did. U.S. Southern Command released a video, which you can see for yourself how close a Venezuelan fighter jet got to a U.S. reconnaissance plane, both flying in international waters. But this is a dangerous maneuver, the U.S. saying it jeopardized the crew and the aircraft. The Venezuelans clearly just harassing the U.S. for its tough stance against Venezuelan leaders. George.
Boy, not safe at all there. Okay, Martha, thanks very much. Cecilia?
Okay, George, we're going to turn to the turmoil in Puerto Rico. Overnight, the embattled governor there announced that he will not seek re-election, but protesters say that is not enough, and many are now demanding that he resign. Now, 1 million people getting ready to hit the streets there today. Victor Oquendo is in San Juan with the latest. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, Cecilia. We're at the starting point for these demonstrations. This baseball stadium, some people camped out overnight. The crowd's really starting to grow, and they are loud. Organizers calling for an island-wide strike. That's where we expect so many people to hit the streets, with celebrities like Ricky Martin once again leading the charge, and they say they won't stop until the governor resigns. Overnight in Puerto Rico, outrage and intense pressure growing. The island's governor, Ricardo Rosselló, saying on Facebook, apologizing is not enough, announcing he'll step down as head of the party and won't seek re-election, but he will finish his term. He said he will not resign, but he will step down as leader of the party. Is that enough?
That's not enough. We need him out. We need a good governor. We need leadership.
Protesters say the frustration with the government has been building, that the last straw was a leaked group chat between the governor and his inner circle, nearly 900 pages laced with sexist and homophobic language. Ever since, there have been nightly protests, at times swelling into the hundreds of thousands taking over San Juan. The nightly protests in front of the governor's mansion not slowing down, the calls for the governor to step down only growing louder. The demonstrations leading to clashes with police and forcing some members of the governor's inner circle to leave their posts, including his press secretary, resigning after she says she was called corrupt in front of her young son. Some U.S. officials and Democratic presidential hopefuls joining in on those calls for the governor to resign. He refuses to back down, but did say he is ready to face the legislative process, which could lead to impeachment. George?
Quite a situation down there. Okay, Victor, thanks very much. We're going to go to Washington now, and the fallout from President Trump's attack on the 4 Democratic congresswomen that opened up a fierce debate on race. It's likely to echo all through the election. Our senior national correspondent, Terry Moran, is at the White House with the latest. Good morning, Terry.
Good morning, George. This morning, the president is continuing those attacks, and he's following what by now is his classic pattern. He says something divisive or racist, and then he tries to walk it back, denying he actually meant what he actually said. And then with another tweet or statement, a wink or a nod, he doubles down. As Senator Lindsey Graham said this weekend, he always doubles down. And that's what we saw the president do this weekend with those 4 Democratic members of Congress, all women of color. He said, I don't believe the 4 congresswomen are capable of loving our country. And more like that. It's having a cost. A police officer in Louisiana now being suspended for saying on Facebook he thinks Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, quote, deserves a round. And I don't mean the kind she served as a bartender, suggesting maybe somebody shoot her. The president clearly thinks this is a winning strategy, dividing the country along racial and ethnic lines. So get ready for more of it.
Yeah, we got a long way to go until Election Day. Okay, Terry, thanks. Before I go, though, I want to talk about Robert Mueller's testimony on Wednesday morning. He is going to be facing Democrats and Republicans who have quite different goals, likely to frustrate them both.
Exactly right, George. This is the big event in Washington this weekend, the Mueller testimony right there. Democrats want to use this testimony. They've been intensively preparing. They've been holding mock hearings, trying to see how they can get Robert Mueller to help them make the case. In their judgment, President Trump did have links with Russia in the 2016 campaign and definitely obstructed justice. Republicans, they want to use their time to press their claims that Mueller was biased and that the entire investigation was some kind of deep state skullduggery. But they have a problem. Mueller is a notoriously reluctant witness on the Hill. He doesn't want to say anything. He's testified up there scores of times, and he has made it his practice not to say very much and to scorn all that bipartisanship. So fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a pretty interesting show this week.
Yeah, this will be his 89th appearance before Congress. Okay, Tara Moran, thanks very much. I know you're going to be joining us on Wednesday morning. Our live coverage of Mueller's testimony with our entire political team starts at 8:30 Eastern. Cecilia, I know you'll be there as well.
I'll be there too, but we are going to turn to some breaking news. Overnight, Manhattan's longest-serving district attorney Robert Morgenthau passed away at 99 years old. Morgenthau inspired a law and order character, and his office delivered verdicts in some of the country's most high-profile cases, including the murder of John Lennon to the wrongful conviction of the Central Park Five. Morgenthau moved eventually to have those 5 men exonerated 13 years later. He is credited with developing a number of prominent legal minds, including Justice Sonia Sotomayor and Governor Andrew Cuomo. He spent his final years in retirement doing pro bono work. Morgenthau was 10 days shy, Robin, of his 100th birthday. Yeah.
Thank you, Cecilia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now to that international murder mystery. A young American woman and her boyfriend found dead along a highway in Canada. A manhunt is now underway. Lindsay Davis is here with the latest. And Lindsay, eyewitnesses are now coming forward?
They certainly are. And good morning to you, Robin. These are people who say that they were driving along the notorious highway in Canada known as the Highway of Tears and saw the couple before their demise. Now the search for a killer as police try to determine if this was random or targeted.
This morning, 2 families on opposite sides of the world are desperate for answers, mourning the murder of this young couple.
I don't know who would do something like this.
This was someone's son, someone's daughter.
Police in Canada say 24-year-old China Deese, an American from North Carolina, and her 23-year-old Australian boyfriend Lucas Fowler died last week. Their bodies found alongside this remote highway.
It's not yet clear whether Lucas and China were targeted or if this was a crime of opportunity.
China's family says the couple had recently set out on a road trip to explore Canada's national parks together. Along the way, their blue 1986 Chevy van broke down on Highway 97, where they were spotted by this couple who drove by offering help.
The gentleman insisted that they were okay and that he didn't need our help. And that in that same day, somebody so evil would do something so horrific to them. That's just terrible.
Their bodies were discovered the following day. Loved ones say China and Lucas shared a love of travel and adventure.
We're never going to get full closure on this, and it's going to hurt the rest of our lives.
You know, I want people to know, who she was. She volunteered and she gave. She wasn't materialistic, and she was a beautiful person.
An Australian news agency is reporting that a woman has come forward saying that she saw a bearded man arguing with the couple before they were murdered. A sketch artist will reportedly work with the woman to come up with a composite of the man. We've also heard a statement from China's dad who says that he's concerned for other people's safety because a, quote, homicidal maniac is on the loose. Cecilia.
Scary there. Okay, Lindsay, thank you. We are going to turn now to that cliff jump sparking a lot of reaction this morning. Super Bowl champ Tom Brady posting this video on social media. You can see him. It shows him leaping off a cliff with his 6-year-old daughter. TJ Holmes is here with more. All right, TJ.
All right.
Willie Johnson says it gives him anxiety.
Okay, look, I have to start with no Brady offspring were harmed in the making of this video, okay? Let's start with that. Look, he appears to yank his child, his 6-year-old, off a cliff. Now, we have a hard time criticizing this guy for being a quarterback, but people have no problem now criticizing him as a parent.
Super Bowl champ Tom Brady is being accused of some bad parenting after he posted this video to Instagram showing him jumping off a cliff with his 6-year-old daughter, Vivian. Brady posted the video during a family trip to Costa Rica and captioned the leap saying, "If she's going to be an Olympic champion one day, it probably won't be in synchronized diving. Daddy always gives her a 10 though." But his 6 million followers were quick to chime in saying the star was being irresponsible. Bad parenting. His daughter almost broke her arm. NFL should consider punishment, one user wrote. Another saying, not the smartest move. She could have been hurt. Next time, wait to make sure she's jumping too. Even Brady's celebrity friends chimed in. "You know I have complete faith in you as a man, friend, player, and father, but this just gave me anxiety. Jesus." Dwayne Johnson wrote that, while Diddy simply added a crying face emoji.
Are you gonna jump, Tom?
And this isn't the first time Brady has taken the plunge. In 2015, the 6-time Super Bowl champ jumped about 40 feet off another cliff in Costa Rica, sending fans into a craze. Brady even tweeted after that one, "Never doing that again. Hashtag Air Brady."
Now, since that post with his daughter, he has posted a couple more times on Instagram. He seemed like he has moved on, hadn't said anything else about it. Look, it's hard to, it might make you cringe a little bit, but I wasn't there, we weren't there, we don't know how high it was, where those rocks were, and he can't question him as a dad.
He would never do anything to put his daughter in danger.
Put his child in danger, he knows his child, and it looked awkward, but still, there you go.
He's living his best life.
Quiet over there, George. Very quiet over there, George.
It's his life. He's the dad. He knows what's best for his kid. I'm not going to question that.
I should have started with that.
Okay. We're going to show you a different kind of cliff jump right now. Take a look at this. An American paraglider going right into the cliff right there. Lucky to be alive. It was all caught on camera.
Oh, my.
Ouch.
But he's okay, right? Yeah,
he's okay. He survived. We're going to tell you that in a little bit.
Oh, my gosh. And also this morning we have our Avengers exclusive with Black Widow herself, Scarlett Johansson, and where your favorite superheroes will show up next.
And you guys aren't going to want to miss this video. The shark shocker, the moment a young fisherman gets a big surprise, what the family is telling us about that moment. They're okay. No arms, limbs lost there. They're good. Ginger?
This was a scary block. I know, really.
What is going on?
Was it hot enough for you? Was that it? Did that
So
do it
hot.
for you?
DC was brutal.
And there were records that were tied or broken. Some of the numbers here, LaGuardia 100 just yesterday. Bridgeport, Connecticut broke a record at 98. Manchester, New Hampshire, even hot there, breaking a record at 97. Those were daily records. But yes, we're going to cool down. Look at this. Cool this morning, not even feels like. It's already just 65 in Chicago, so refreshing 58 in Green Bay. And we're going to stay that way. High temperatures anywhere from 5 to even 10 degrees below average. Nashville on Tuesday, high of only 82. We can do this. Your local weather in 30 seconds. First, though, Select Cities, sponsored by Ancestry.
Ancestry gave us context. This whole world of people, adventurous people and survivors. It was interesting to think about their lives, their successes, and their hardships. I think that's part of what I want my kids to know. They come from people who were brave and took risks, big risks, no pressure.
Bring your family history to life like never before. Get started for free at Ancestry.com.
Breaking finally our dangerous stretch of heat with some dangerous storms. We're on weather alert today for strong to severe thunderstorms 3 to 9 p.m. Some of those storms could pack a punch with some heavy rain, isolated flooding, even taking down a few trees with some high winds up around 60 miles per hour or greater, even the chance for some hail. And look at our temperatures today, 90 degrees. It will feel like we're up to 99. Tomorrow's high, 80 degrees. Most neighborhoods staying in the 70s with rain through noon.
6-year-old Marcus in Pennsylvania was a total mood this weekend. You see him just taking on that fan? Is that not how we all felt?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for sending that in.
The dogs did not want to move this week.
Not at all. Hey, thanks for starting the new week with us. We'll be right back.
So Kim, you going for a big Drive Safe and Save discount? Yep. Using the app? I've been quite vigilant.
Sharon says step on it. The meeting started.
Okay, write her back. Dear Sharon, don't mess with my discount.